Welcome to another edition of Job Development TV. I'm Dustin Kahn, this is Chris Weiss, and this is our newest member of the Education and Employment Department, Michael Thompson. Michael's our new Workforce Investment Act case manager, otherwise known as WIA. We're very happy to have him on board for that reason, but also because he is a football fanatic. The preseason is just ending, and now we're moving into the regular season, which means that our fantasy football league that we have going here is about to start. Michael, you're a veteran fantasy football player, owner, whatever it is. You talk about the most important time of the season, probably the draft, right?
Yeah.
What are some things you need to keep in mind for the draft?
Well, the draft is all about preparation. It's all about doing the research that needs to be done going into it. A lot of times I'll do a mock draft because I don't know what's going to happen during the draft, and it's good to sort of get a feel for that and just practice. And then also there's just so many variables that happen during a draft. You don't know when your draft pick's going to be, so you have to be prepared to be use that properly. And you don't know who people are going to pick before you, and things could just last minute change the way you wanted it to go. So definitely a lot of preparation involved.
Now, what does that have to do with JDTV? That's the big question.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you. All of the things that Mike is talking about has to do with interviewing. Some of the things that Mike touched on was doing research about some of the players that he's going to pick. Well, you need to do research on the company that you're interviewing for. You need to do some research on the position that you're interviewing for. Mike said he does a mock draft, so he's doing some kind of practice that helps him out. Same thing for interviewing. You need to do some kind of practice questions and really try to rehearse the standard questions, like tell me about yourself, what are some of the things you like to do outside of work, what are some of your strengths, what's your weakness, etc. Lastly, you talk about variables. There are so many variables when it comes to interviewing because we don't know what we're getting into. We don't know if we're walking into a room when it's one-on-one, if it's 1-on-10, if we're interviewing in a panel. We don't know what kind of questions we're being asked. They could be random, they could be predetermined. So there are a bunch of things that you need to prepare for an interview.
Very good advice from a wise person. And football's about to start, so we're going to go watch some football, maybe toss the pigskin around.
Super Bowl predictions. Who you got?
Broncos.
Texans.
Green Bay Packers.
All right.
That's all for now. We'll see you next time on JDTV.